In July 2025, I had started doing my first park run. This was my go-to for running as fast as I can manage. My first park run, it took me over 27 minutes. My third park run, I had managed a sub 25. A month later, I've hit a sub 24. And a month later, I've reached a sub 23 minute mark. My current PB is 22:25, which is just over a month ago. And we're now here for my 24th park run. And is today going to be the day that I can finally hit my sub 22? Let's find out right here, right now, on the LD channel.
To our volunteers who have volunteered for today, so please give them a massive round of applause.
We must always show our appreciation to our volunteers every time we do a park run.
I'd like to do a few little health and safety things. Children under 11 must be within arm's reach of an adult. Okay, they are not allowed to run on their own. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry.
So this is a perfect example of what not to do when you turn up for a parkrun event. So even a regular like myself, you still need to pay attention to the run director's briefing. It only takes a couple of minutes just to listen out for any important announcements, changes, milestones, and more importantly, the health and safety. So even if you know this stuff already, the least we can do is show some respect and our appreciation to the people who offered a couple of hours to help run and organise these events, because without them, there would be no parkrun today. You've got 23 hours and 58 minutes to chat, so surely we can spare those 2 minutes to listen. Anyway, rant over, let's get running. Who let the dogs out? Anyway, we are off and away at Elgin Parkrun. So I actually did forget to mention, this is my 20th run at Elgin Parkrun today. And it is, as you can see, it's a bit chaotic to start with. So every single one of us is actually quite far spread, with a mixture of faster runners and medium to slow runners. So it was a bit chaotic anyway. But as you can see right now, a line is nicely formed anyway, so it got settled down quite quickly, and we usually do really well when it comes to that stuff anyway, so happy with that. Anyway, so I thought that maybe I was going a little too slow, and then I checked the watch, and I was running very nicely at about 4 minutes kilometer. As you can see, this was recorded with my new Osmo Nano camera, and I've actually managed to get some footage out of it anyway. And before I actually started the run, I wasn't sure if the camera footage will see all of that, but they've managed to get the footage out perfectly, so I'm happy with that anyway, because I wasn't sure, because I thought I'm trying to clip onto my hat backwards, and then, but there we go, at least the camera is sorted out now anyway. And yeah, I've actually checked, and there is a full footage of that today, so I'm really happy with that. So I can finally get that parkrun video out anyway. So we're coming up to about 400 meters, and we are reaching about a 4:08, 4:09. Heart rate's well, it is accurate, but it's just slowly peaking at the moment. So but I actually do like the overlay much better than the Instago that I used to have. And I was originally trying to record the whole footage for the Inverness Half Marathon, but I've decided to sell that and just swap with the Osmo Nano, and so far it has exceeded my expectations anyway. I also did record some footage of the run I did in Nern, just to test the camera out, and it lasted about 45 to 1 minute, and that's without the action pod on, and still I'm quite impressed with that anyway. So anyway, there we have it. Anyway, so my heart rate is peaking up around low to mid 170s at the moment, but recently I'm actually not focusing too much on the heart rate. I'm just going based on feel, and at that point I felt really good. I actually thought I would struggle today before I started, but it turns out it's better than expected anyway, so happy days. So it looks like we've got another overtake. However, as you see later in the footage, I think you'll be quite impressed. So Anyway, we'll see how we do at that point. Anyway, so we're just reaching up to the first kilometer right now. So let me quickly explain about the Elgin Park Run. So it's a 2-lap course anyway. So you start at where the skate park is, and then you go around the circular route, and then you go around in the circle, and then you turn up here at the pavilion right in the front. Then you turn left, and then you follow forward. You go under the bridge, and then you follow the path there, and there's a marshal with the cone to do a quick turnaround, and then back through the underpass bridge, and then back through the skate park and do it again for one more lap, and then that's the 5k distance done. And this is actually quite a decent course as well. It's quite a fast course anyway. I've not actually done like too much of a variety of park runs, but I would say I've done 3 different locations. So this one, and then the one at Nern, and then the Aberdeen, which I will be doing for my 25th park run anyway, so because I really like rolling on the beach anyway. So we just reached our first kilometer, and according to my Strava data, it is a 4:23. So it's not the fastest K to start with, but it's nice and steady. Hopefully we should pick it up in the next kilometer. So I'm still at a 4:16 kilometer pace. My heart rate is closing up to 180. There are some gradient parts, so there's like slight uphills, including this one. So when you do go under the bridge, there is a slight uphill right there. So it does actually slow you down just a little bit, but it's very, very manageable. So I'm pretty sure we can live with that. As you can see, I have a nice little power surge up the hill, and I overtook the guy in the orange jacket. And I'm tempted to actually overtake the generic... So we made it past that slight uphill, and so this guy on the right, he's actually announcing the times as we go by anyway, which is very handy. So I gotta give kudos to him for that. Although I can read on the watch, but it's nice to actually know, like, if you do decide to go without your watch, then at least he can tell you the time anyway. So that's really handy to know. Anyway, so it's nice, and so this part, it's nice and straight, but this part specifically has a little bit of an incline gradient. So. But when you do come back, it does feel a bit more flatter. So it's weird when you think about it anyway, because it feels a bit heavy on when you go this way on this side, and then when you run the other way on the other side, it feels much more flatter. So looks like I've done another overtake right here, and I feel like I've actually locked on to her right in front of me. So this would be probably the ideal pace, because the last thing I want to do is to overdo it and just burn out and crash later on. So we'll just see how I've managed to hold that. But so far the pace is really steady at 4:18, and I think I've definitely got the rhythm. So let's just have a listen at my breathing just now. As we approach the turnaround now, and my breathing is very rhythmic at the moment, so I'm just using the mouth breathing because generally it is much better. Oh, I've actually overtook her. So there we go, another overtake's done. So I think I had a really good feeling about this. I think today could be the day we could get a sub 22. So at the moment my pace is now picking up 4:10 kilometer, and the heart rate is about to reach 190. So let's hope we're not gone too close to the 200s anyway. So yeah, at that point when the heart rate reaches 191, that's when I check my watch. It's like, oh my god, my heart rate's like 190. Should I slow down a little bit? No, I'm feeling great. I'm just gonna hold it as long as I can manage without, you know, suffering heart attack. So who knows. So there's our second kilometer, and it is a 4:17. So it is much faster than the first kilometer. Usually I go a little bit slower than that, but that was a nice unexpected surge that anyway. So it's great to see that I'm actually increasing the pace a little bit on the second kilometer. So now my heart rate's coming down below 180, which is good, and the pace is slowed down not too slowly, but still 4:14. I'm absolutely chuffed at that anyway. So I do actually have a good feeling about this. So if I can keep that, you know, without overdoing it, I think I could definitely get the sub 22. Although I will say I don't have any expectations of a PB at all. I'm just gonna run it and see how I feel, and I think that's what got me anyway. Like, it just it's just like, you don't think about, you know, aiming for your personal best. You just run how you feel, and then once you get going and then you have that surge, then you got that surge. Like that guy with the headphones just overtook me like a boss anyway. So we got a Mr. Tomney we just overtook as well. So we're actually doing quite well. We've actually overtaken a few runners right here, which is great to see, because usually, like the last few park runs there, I usually have quite a lot of people overtaking me, and I've only overtaken a couple of them. So this is good to see, and I'm feeling really, really good today. And we're still just below 420 kilometers. So we're at 416, and the heart rate's still just above 180. And I feel like this is it. I feel like this is the day. I'm finally going to get below 22. So the shoes I'm wearing for this, believe it or not, is the Adidas Adios Pro 4s. But these are not the new ones. These are like the used ones that I've actually found on Marketplace. I think it was Marketplace. I can't remember where I got it from. But it has quite a lot of usage, and there is some issues with the energy rods inside. But when I actually first started running in them, it just felt good, and I don't have any issues with that whatsoever. So I've been using it for my long distance training, and also for faster runs like this anyway, and I really like them anyway. So the plan of action is when I do the long distance events, you know, half marathons or marathons even, I've got the first full one coming up in September. I'm actually thinking of going with Adios Pro 4s, but I'm also thinking of trying out the Alpha Fly 3s. Thank you very much. And I'm also thinking of getting the Meta Speeds. I think it's the Paris or the Sky ones. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So we've reached our third kilometer, and it is again a 4:17 with an average heart rate of just 181. And we're back on the flatter, harder incline section, and this is where I've decided I'm just going to slow down just a little bit. So at the moment it's a 4:28, or it's a 4:29, so there is a bit of an elevation anyway. So as we do our second lap, and as you can see, the runners in front of me are actually surging ahead, and I think so am I as well. This could be a close one. I'm not expecting first place, but if I can, you know, get a personal best, then that's all that matters. But if not, then that's okay too. Oh, look who we have here. So, I overtook her earlier, and now she had that massive surge and now overtakes me, which is great to see. She's probably running a negative split by the looks of it, so I would say good for her. Anyway, but yeah, my pace is slowing down a bit. When I say a bit, I mean quite a bit. 4:47 now, so I'm just trying to reserve my energy and then just give it the full send at the last kilometer. And anyway, so I'm just trying to make sure that I don't go too slow. So just allow my heart rate to come down a little bit, and then just allow my breathing to rest for a bit anyway. So let's have a quick listen. It's also quite a bit windy as well, and there was some headwinds, but that actually didn't bother me too much. So I think I've got very fortunate now. Anyway, so we quickly turn right here now, and we've got another couple runners overtook with great surge. Anyway, so again, they can do what they want, but I'm just focusing on myself. You see, I'm just conserving as much energy as I can. Like I said, I don't want to burn out and crash, and to the point where I have to stop. Anyway, so I just pushed on the best I can without overdoing it. So, and also just trying to run injury free. That's it. That's all I ever wanted. Anyway, so we're now gonna once again come under the bridge right there, and there's a decline, so we're just gonna pick it up. Are we gonna pick it up? And then there's a slight incline as well, so I've decided to like just do a small strides, and then we'll pick it up. Am I actually gonna overtake her again? Yes or no? Well, we are actually closing the gap. I mean, I could have actually just, you know, gone for it, but as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear very well. Even though my breathing's alright, but I'm just feeling at the moment like in some sort of slight pain. Not like serious pain, but pain, you know, to the point of, you know, not got left in the tank, that sort of pain. Anyway, but so I just slowed a little bit down, and it's still a good pace though. It's at 440 kilometers at the moment, and the heart rate is not like alarmingly high, so it's doable. So that's probably within my maximum heart rate. According to my Garmin, it's 191, but actually, so to calculate your heart rate zones, if you're using heart rate zones, so you take away your age from 220. So for example, say like I'm 28, so 220 take away 28, so that would be 182. No, it's not, sorry. So say like you're 30, and so take 30 away from 220, your maximum heart rate is 190, and then you just take that from there. So like if you do your zone 2, your 60 to 70%, it's probably between 130 to 140, something like that. And looks like we've finally overtaken the guy in the black top here. Can we get the guy in the purple top? So at the moment, I'm just focusing. Oh, I think I'm ready to overtake. Here we go. Hey! Oh, nicely done. So the surge is back. So, oh, I actually forgot to put my 4th kilometer distance. So it is a 4:39. So now we've got less than 900 meters to go. So this is now the time to really give it the full send. Thank you. So last turnaround. And always thanking our volunteers as always. So my breathing starts to get dramatically higher and higher as we're about to push to the end. Let's see how fast we can go. So it's coming down to 418, 417. And there's the slight cough there. Now you can hear a little bit of wheezing at the moment, so that goes to show that I am now putting in the effort. And it is showing 4 minutes 12. Four minutes 11 now. Heart rate is 186. We've gone past the tail walkers now. Are we going to overtake another guy in the black top? Are we going to get that surge? Yes, I can. I've got that surge. I've just overtook him. So now it's just the guy in the yellow jacket and another guy in the black top there. Are we able to overtake them as well? I'm getting closer and closer to them. We're just like 1 to 2 seconds in front of them. Do I have anything left of me to overtake these guys? Anything at all? Looks like these guys are now picking up the pace now, and so do I.
Thank you.
Always thanking our volunteers again.
Thank you.
See, even though I feel like I'm out of breath, I've still got enough to say a couple of words. Oh my goodness, where did this guy come from? He's proper searching through. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's push it on now. Anyway, so we're still at 4:10. This is where I've got to sprint now. Let's go. Another cough right there. Heart rate's still good in the moment, 183. We're just about to go below the fours now. We're into the threes. As we approach the finish line, can we get that sub 22 that we finally get? Let's pick it up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The guy in the yellow jacket overtook the guy in the black. Don't think I can overtake, but we've done it.
Thank you very much.
There we go. And that's the run done.
Thank you.
With a nice little smile on my face. Just grabbing my token.
Thank you.
Right, let's see how we get on. Did we manage to get a sub 22? Yes, we did. We got a 21:49. My first sub 22 in nearly a year. I'm quite chuffed with that, actually. So the 5th kilometer was a 4:11. So I think that big sprint surge at the end has really made up for that anyway. So just beating my personal best by about 30 seconds. So absolutely over the moon to get another PB once again. So there we have it, my first sub 22. Anyway, so as always, thank you to all the volunteers at that park run in particular. I have made a promise and I will stick to it that the next time I visit Elgin Park Run, I will volunteer. That is a promise that I will keep and not broken. So I am planning to do an Aberdeen Park Run as my 25th park run, so there may or may not be a footage for that. Who knows? You're just going to have to wait and see. But stay tuned, as I think next week I will be doing my first official cycling sportive, the ETAP Loch Ness. That is on the 26th of April, so there will be some footage there. Just hopefully I can get the accessories needed to record some footage there and just do a vlog about it. And about a couple of weeks after that, I will be attending my first Tough Mudder event of this year, and it's my first one at London West. But stay tuned on this channel because I do have an announcement in relation to the world's toughest mudder, so please keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. And there's also a new series where I start training for my full marathon, and I've got a few running events to attend over the summer as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. And there may be more PB park runs to go, but just not as often as you think, so again, see how it goes. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the channel anyway, so don't forget to subscribe as there'll be more content coming anyway, so I'm just uploading when I do feel like it. I think recently I've just had some downtime and focus on a bunch of IRL stuff anyway, so but I'm back making vids now, and hopefully we can get something added a bit more often, but again, I'm just gonna have to wait and see. Anyway guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.